Imagine the wild African savannah, home to one of the most unusual and fearsome creatures in the animal kingdom. This fearsome predator that fears no one. Small, agile, and fearless snake fighter. You are on the channel Animal Instinct, and today we will go on an amazing journey to witness the incredible courage and agility of the mongoose in action. From epic fights with cobras that could become the subject of legends, to deadly duels with poisonous scorpions and even lions, we will show you why the mongoose rightfully deserves the title of Master of Survival. As always, I ask you to rate this video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. And we are already getting started. Looking at this small animal, you would not say that it is a formidable hunter. A small muzzle, a long body covered with short hair, and very short paws. Who can be offended by such a baby? However, one cannot help but note the external resemblance to Martens, and this family has repeatedly shown what it is capable of. But mongooses belong to the Varadi family, allocated to its subfamily Mongooseidae. Sounds proud, doesn't it? The size of the animals is not impressive. The largest species do not exceed 11 pounds. Most mongooses weigh about 7 pounds. And if you consider that they settled in Africa and Asia, then with such a size the mongoose has enough enemies. But these animals quickly figured out what was what and put together a real group. Such a colony can have up to 30 individuals and up to 5 generations of animals, the backbone of which are relatives. As a rule, such a family is led by an alpha female, who is responsible for safety and prosperity. But it happens that the group has no clear leader, and there the rights of all members are equal. For their home, mongooses love to use abandoned termite mounds, in which they make a developed system of tunnels and passages. They are good at digging holes, and in this business, long straight claws on their paws come in handy. Such housing will easily protect both from bad weather and from predators, although it also has to be repaired quite often. Usually this is done by the entire colony. Sometimes mongooses can use old stumps and hollow logs for a home. Guards are always posted along the perimeter, who can warn of danger or engage in battle. After all, gangs of mongooses often raid neighbors and they can kill all the cubs in the colony. In addition, a predator can get into the territory, and it is impossible to do without guards here. And at this time, the rest of the family is usually hunting. Mongooses eat everything they find under their feet. Small beetles, insects, centipedes, scorpions, everything goes. And if someone is lucky enough to find an egg or a snail, then it's a real delicacy. The whole gang immediately runs to the lucky animal. They even learn to break such hard objects, hitting them against a tree or a rock. No less interesting is the process of replenishing the group with new fighters. During the mating season, males and females split into pairs. Now the males become bodyguards and do not let anyone get close to the chosen one. But as soon as he gets distracted, for example, for food, as the female will immediately try to run away to another admirer. Mongooses have developed a unique family planning system. All females in the colony synchronize the birth of children and do it on the same day. Each of them can have up to 6 cubs. They are born very small, blind, and only after 3 weeks do they emerge from the hole for the first time. Each member of the gang must sniff all the cubs and do something else. Thus, they will unmistakably distinguish their cubs from strangers. Now, each new fighter is assigned a guardian who looks after the child until they reach 3 months of age. And it is not always the biological parent. If it were not for such a system, then the mortality rate of young animals would be much higher than the current 25%. When it is time to go hunting, one of the mongooses is appointed as a nanny. They put several guards, and the rest go for food. They like to make their raids when there are elephants nearby. Firstly, few would dare to attack mongooses with such guards. And secondly, elephants leave behind many gifts, and every mongoose knows that the tastiest bugs are found in manure. Although maybe they just love to dig around in it. Our hero is not averse to eating a rat, if there is no other food. That is why in central India the mongoose is a sacred animal. By the end of the 19th century, mongooses were specially brought to the Fiji Islands to fight rats. But people didn't take into account that rats are active at night and mongooses during the day. Instead of destroying rodents, they switched to birds and iguanas, greatly reducing their numbers. If hyenas appear on the horizon, dogs or tanyas, the guards urgently hide all the kids in the hole. This time, luck is on their side, but even being far from home, it's hard to catch such a gang off guard. The mongooses immediately form a ring and, like the Spartans, are desperately defending themselves. It seems that it's just one hissing and biting ball and hyenas, dogs, and tanyas retreat. The mongoose does not back down even against ordinary dogs. He goes on the attack, even though that there are 3 dogs and they are much larger than the animal. Fine. That the owner appeared and drove away the pets, otherwise it is unknown how such a fight would end. Poisonous snakes are frequent neighbors of mongooses, and not everyone is happy with such a neighborhood. For example, even a spitting cobra can do nothing against such a gang with its venom. It neutralizes one fighter, as the others immediately pounce on her from all sides. But even one in the field is a warrior. The black mamba is one of the most dangerous snakes in Africa, but she met a mongoose on the way. The beast begins to walk around the snake, trying to confuse her. He provokes the mamba to attack, himself deftly dodging the bites. Choosing the right moment, he instantly grabs and bites the snake near the head. Now the black mamba poses no danger, and you can take away the trophy. This mongoose chose a large cobra to attack. But this does not bother the mongoose at all, and it acts according to the same scheme. First, you need to wear out the enemy, and then you can carry out your attack. Such a large snake is enough for the entire colony. In Asian countries, such fights are not uncommon. You can see the battle of 2 irreconcilable predators right in your yard, and the outcome is often not in favor of the hissing fighters. Mongooses are not immune to poison, but they are much less susceptible than other animals. In such a fight, they have to rely only on their speed, reaction, and agility. The cobra is clearly too tough for such an opponent, and she hurried to hide. For such a tasty lunch, the mongoose can even climb a tree. True, this black mamba climbed very high, and the mongoose was unable to get it. But here luck smiled on him, and he pulls the snake from the branch. And look, he managed to grab the snake by the head in a jump, and now it can't do anything. And this mongoose is trying to hunt a viper. Its venom is no less toxic, and its reaction speed is higher, but our fighter runs up and provokes it to attack. The snake decides to hide, but even here the mongoose does not give it peace, constantly attacking and biting its tail. In the end, he uses his crown. He bites and releases the snake so that it bites itself. After this, the snake finally wilts and practically stops resisting the mongoose. And that's all he needs, and after a couple of attacks, he takes away a new trophy. But the mongoose does not always get what he wants. This squirrel noticed the cobra and, of course, decided to try to attack, but apparently she overestimated her strength. So she called her friend, the yellow mongoose. The cobra is full of determination and carries out an attack, but look how deftly the mongoose dodges. He does not think of giving up, feeling an easy opponent in the snake. But the cobra attacks a second time and hits the mongoose right in the nose. And although the mongoose is only slightly susceptible to a certain dose of cobra venom, having received such a bite, he thought that he was not so hungry and hurried to hide. The monitor lizard is a strong and dangerous opponent, but even it is afraid of these gangsters. Moreover, even one mongoose can thoroughly spoil the monitor lizard's life, and the reptile will not be able to escape from such a tenacious mouth. What can I say about monitor lizards? Even lions do not know what to do with such impudent creatures. The mongoose does not give in even when 3 young lions at once are interested in him. Look how he screams, trying to drive the predators away from his hole. At the same time, he does not even think about hiding, but on the contrary, runs out of the hole and goes to attack the cats. Now that's someone who is definitely strong in spirit. Warthogs also know how tough these guys are. Therefore, if a gang of such mongooses is coming towards you, it is better not to resist. Such a team can easily knock down even the largest boar. And if the mongooses ask you to ride them on your back, it is better not to refuse these bandits.